Are just a couple of weeks away from the start of the college basketball season, and to that end, our Matt Norlander has released the mother of all college basketball previews over on CBSSports.com. Matt's top 101 lays out the field for the 24-25 season in terms of the teams you need to know about. Here's Matt's top 5. He's got Bama at number 1. The preseason National Player of the Year is on the roster, one of the best transfer classes they have, and a Final Four bid last year. Then it's Houston, who've averaged a nation-leading 30 wins the past 6 seasons, and UConn, back-to-back champs. And Dan Hurley remains, and so do they, as one of the top programs in the country. Here's more from Matt.
Hello from Duke. More on the Blue Devils in just a second. But yes, Alabama is my preseason number 1 team. They have the CBS Sports Preseason Player of the Year, Mark Sears, as the head of the snake. And I love Nate Oates' offense. They did a great job in the portal. Give me Bama in what's a very competitive top-end race for the number 1 team heading into November. I went with Houston at number 2, Kelvin Sampson. He's actually finished number 2 at KenPom the past 3 seasons. Look out for LJ Cryer, who could be a first-team All-American if all goes well there in H-Town. I have Kansas 3rd. Now, that's the preseason AP number 1 team for the 2nd consecutive season. Bill Self obviously does a great job, but they're coming off a disappointing end in an injury-riddled season. I think KU, for the most part, dodges that, and you've got that huge core of Hunter Dickinson, DeJuan Harris, and KJ Adams returning. I like Kansas and Houston to battle at the top of the Big 12, and then I put the reigning champs, 2-time reigning champs, UConn at number 4. Now, most teams in that spot, having lost 4 starters from a championship-winning team, wouldn't even sniff the top 5, but Dan Hurley's that good. Alex Caravan did come back, and they have really good players in stores to help fill the roles there. That's a compliment to put the Huskies preseason top 5. And then, yes, here in Durham, saw Duke practice on Wednesday. They've got a loaded team, and from a talent perspective, it is no doubt about it. Duke is a top 5 team heading into the country. I talked with John Shire as well. He's got confidence that this team can be just as good, if not better, than his previous 2 teams, which each won 27 games. As for a couple teams I'm bigger on than the consensus, if you will, I've got St. John's at 11. Love the Red Storm's potential here under Rick Pitino after missing the tournament last year. I have Wake Forest at 12. I think they're finally going to break through. Hunter Salas could be an All-American guard. Keep an eye on them. I've got Michigan in the top 20. I think Dusty May has one of the 3 or 4 best portal classes in the entire country, and think he'll do well there in year 1. And I think Coleman Hawkins joining Kansas State is going to get Jerome Tang's team into the top 25. And then finally, as for a few Cinderella-type candidates, Bradley out of the Missouri Valley, I've got in the top 50. Keep an eye on the Braves. They should break through this season. UAB is the preseason favorite in the American. Expect them to vie with Memphis. I think they've got a good chance at making the tournament. And then 2 teams that made it last year, McNeese and Grand Canyon. They were both in highly anticipated first-round matchups against Gonzaga and Kansas. I think they roll in the regular season, and we see them in the tournament yet again. Less than 3 weeks until college hoop season starts. Cannot wait.
And it's great to see the face of Matt Norlander back here on CBS Sports HQ. And hey, now's the time to get caught up on what's been happening in college hoops. And the Eye on College Basketball podcast is your source for that. Latest episode, a Big 12 season preview and the battle between Houston and Kansas for top billing. Download and follow the Eye on College Basketball wherever you get your pods, or scan that QR code to listen to that latest episode right now.